Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new Let's Play project of quite an underrated game actually. This is Crash Twinsanity. There's a lot of mixed feelings about this game. Some people love it, some people hate it because it just steers away too much from the Crash Bandicoot series in general. I for one love it, and here I am doing an LP of it today by starting a new game with a memory card. Yes, much like Rayman 2, this is also captured from, you know, an original system. I'm playing the PS2 version on an original PS2, and it's hooked up via component, which looks great. Although, oh wait, there's my old file. That was my practice file, never mind. I guess then we'll just make a new one and begin our adventure then, shall we?
I'm gonna get ya! Come here.
Sleep, my insipid angel.
Crash! Crash! Where are you, big brother? There's something weird going on in the bay! Come see! What have I got?
Okay, that cutscene on its own and that is very weird and things. In case you can't tell, this game has a lot of funny humour in the game, which honestly makes this game pretty good. But, well, much like with most games really, the thing that shines to me the most in this game is actually the soundtrack. Because unlike most games, you know how most of them are usually with instruments? The whole soundtrack to Crash Twinsanity is not through instruments. It's actually done through a cappella. In case you don't really know what a cappella is or anything, that's like, it's where you make music, but with your mouth. So instead of like using instruments and things, you just record yourself doing like a whole bunch of weird noises. I don't know how it's made exactly. And then you compile them together so that it makes music, because you know, they all play one after the other with different pitches and tones and stuff, so that it creates music. And Crash Twinsanity's soundtrack is completely full of that. There is not one single instrument used on anything. And the people that actually made this music are called Spiral Mouth, I believe. Why they call themselves Spiral Mouth, I don't know, but either way it's a band name. Most band names are weird. And honestly, that's what makes this game really unique. Because, you know, like most gaming music, for instance, Mega Man X, it's usually made from like actual instruments and compressed. No, instead they made it through their voices and compressed it doing various things. Which is why, you know, in some places and that, they sound distorted and things. Basically, Spiral Mouth just recorded themselves making these weird noises with music, and then just editing it with like some weird, you know, reverb effects and things in Audacity or something, I don't know. I just really like that in this game, and also they make really good pieces. Some of them can be memorable, some of them can't, but overall I just adore the soundtrack to pieces in this game. Because of just how unique and things it is. Especially the gameplay and stuff. But Crash Twinsanity, my only flaw with it really is that it is too short. But then again, I suppose this was a completely new idea that they came up with, and they weren't too sure how long the game should be and all that. And there's a lot of parts about this game that had to be scrapped. Believe it or not, actually, with Spiral Mouth making the a cappella soundtrack to this, there's actually a couple of tracks which were unused. Like Classroom Chaos and Going Coco. I think it's called Going Coco. I don't really know, but we'll get to that at some point and all. Maybe I'll play them at some point in the video and things. But yes. Now, Crash Twinsanity, unlike most of the other Crash games, you know the usual Crash games? You go through levels in like a 3D kind of environment. You collect boxes and crystals and gems and things, you know, depending on the currency that you got and things. This one is more of a free roaming adventure game, which I really adore, because I love games where you get to just run around and explore and just find new things by just running around and stuff. You know, pretty much similar to the likes of like Banjo-Kazooie and Mario 64, Rayman 2, etc. and things. And to see that in Crash Bandicoot game was wicked. But the reason why it's called Twinsanity, I'm actually going to go on about later things, as it involves a little teamwork with a special someone. At the moment, we're in Twinsanity Island. Is that what it's called? Yeah, it's called Twinsanity Island. Fair enough. Which, I don't know why it's called that, but I suppose it is. Most levels have you starting off on a beach. I mean, yeah, even blooming Kingdom Hearts, you know, the blooming second level in the game is actually in Destiny Island, the beach. So I guess there's just some link there. Maybe video games just like beaches or something. To be honest, I am not too sure. Another thing I can go over is how I'm actually going to play this game. Now, I am going to beat the whole game, obviously, and stuff, but to add a bit of challenge and things, since I enjoy doing this anyway, if I pause the game, you actually see, like, these little gems to the right. There are 6 of them in each area and stuff. I'm going to be collecting all of them in the whole game, so that way I get 100%. And, oh boy, you are going to love what the 100% gift is. Trust me, you'll absolutely love this. Also, whenever there's a cutscene or talking and things, and when I say talking, I mean actual proper talking, not like, come along or something, because that'll be pointless. But when there is, I will just turn the volume up and be silent, because I would want you to hear some of the dialogue in this game. It is pure genius and hilarious.
It is I, Aku Aku. My duty is to protect you. You may summon me by breaking open these crates. Call me thrice, and I shall grant you special powers.
Okay, that's not really the best example or anything, because he was just telling us about these Aku Aku masks and things, which, if you're not familiar, they make you invincible and stuff. Except, honestly, good God, the invincibility sucks in Crash Twinsanity, because, you know, usually when you get the invincibility in the other Crash Bandicoot games, what happens is, you get it, Crash does some weird flip or jump or something, and then, you know, that music plays with those wild as heck bongos going past, and you just storm through the level destroying everything. It doesn't have it on this one. All that literally happens is he appears on his face, he glows for a while, and then it just stops. I don't know why. It doesn't even last for like a minute or anything. It lasts for like 7 seconds, in fact. So I don't really like that in this game at all. A lot of people tend to not like this game, mainly because it's not really that familiar with the Crash Bandicoot series and all that, since, you know, it's something they've grown to love. But even I, who has played the original Crash Bandicoot games, so that's 1 to 3, you know, on the PlayStation and things, even I adore this game a lot. In fact, dare I say it, this is actually one of my favourite Crash Bandicoot games ever. My favourite Crash Bandicoot game ever is actually Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped for the PlayStation, or if you live in America, it's still called Crash Bandicoot Warped. I don't know why they decided to add the 3 in the UK edition, but I guess they did for some reason. I don't know, game developers do weird things. I mean, for God's sake, Sonic Crush Adventure for the DS is rated E for everyone in America, but it's rated 12 over in the UK because of the word bugger being used in it. And they even put that it said foul language in it for some reason. I was pretty surprised by that, because apparently bugger in America is not really an offensive word. You know, I've just noticed something that's slightly wrong. So after Cortex zapped Coco, he stole her clothes and wore them. Right, okay, that's a bit morbid, especially for a Crash Bandicoot game. I think that's everything in the area, though. If there's anything that I've forgotten, I can easily come back to it, and that is backtracking in this game is not too bad. A lot of people complain about it, but I don't really see why, as the backtracking really does not take that long. So I don't know why they have to complain about it, but still. There's a gem up there, which I believe we need this bomb in order to do that. If I can, that is, maybe without blowing it up. Because I believe we're going to be given the time with that, aren't we? Can you actually just go in there? Like that? There we go. So now I can just easily get up on top of there, maybe. Oh, that's what the haze used for, okay. Much like my usual LPs, now I will get confused of what to do and things, but I don't know. I just chose to do this game because it's short, fun, there's a lot of things about it, particularly the soundtrack, and I overall just really adore this game, so if you do too, then I hope you enjoy this LP. The actual length of it, I'm not too sure on things. It's probably going to be a bit shorter. Maybe a bit shorter than my previous LP, Rayman 2. Because, I don't know. This game is just short in general and stuff. Also, oh boy, oh dear, auto-saving. Should I make that a thing? I don't know. I'll just go with it for now, but if I have to change it, I'll do it later.
Come on, follow me, Crash! Stay close and do what I do!
Okay, fine, whatever. I like also how the tutorial in this to get you handle the controls is you just following Cortex, where for some reason Crash thinks it's Coco. I don't know why, he's a bit stupid for that, really. Because, I mean, look at it! Okay, since when did Coco have a massive head and a beard? I don't know, Crash Bandicoot is stupid in general. In fact, the whole game pretty much shows off Crash Bandicoot's stupidity in general, which suits it really well. Again, you know, I just adore the humor in this game and stuff. Plus, the graphics. Okay, what you're seeing right now, this is not played on an Xbox 360 or anything, and yeah, sure, maybe it's not quite up to scratch as that, but this is played on the PS2, mind you. These graphics are pretty good, plus the frame rate, 60 frames per second all the way. Not bad. You can't see it on there because of frame rate restrictions and things, but still, because of the gadget device I'm using, I believe.
It's easy! All too easy.
I guess even with that voice, for some reason, Crash can't seem to recognize him. Also, how far does he go? Oh, he actually just goes around there and then finishes it. I don't know if you follow him, he carries on doing that, but I'm not too sure, really. I just like playing around and stuff. Before we go into that cave, though, I want to go over here and do, oh boy, this area. I remember this. The way I said that, I sounded like that narrator then from SpongeBob for some reason, which I didn't even mean to do. God damn it. Never mind. Now you can go out of your way and get certain things if you like that crate over there, but do I even need that? No, I don't, because it gives them invincibility, and invincibility is a ton of crap in this game, if you ask me anyway. If you like it, fair enough, but I am not the fan of it at all, because of, you know, just playing the originals and that, it makes sense. Because the invincibility doesn't really do much for me at all in this. Oh boy. Looks like I'm going to have to be a bit slightly careful with this one over here. Because I think what you have to do here is grab this and then swing it past, like that maybe? Okay, nope, maybe not. What if I do a belly flop? How far does that actually go? Oh, that actually goes pretty far. Fair enough. So, let me just line this up and fire. Okay, fine. Looks like I'm just gonna have to quickly move past it then with like my sliding kick. Quite a weird mechanic, but still. You know, to be honest, I actually don't really remember what to do here exactly. Because, I don't know. I just don't. I'll do the other ones for now though, because why not, eh? So let's see, we're just gonna go and roll this bomb into the mouth if I can, maybe? Oh, no, no. Or it could just fall into the river. I don't know if you've given a timer on these bombs, because they literally just blow up any time. Maybe there's some sensor, you know, that they're in the mouth of the tikis. I think they're called tikis, I don't know. I don't know too much about that. Wait a minute. Let me just go back for a second. Hold on. I'm going to go back and then move up again. Let's look at the background for a second. Okay, for some reason the trees just come into existence. I don't know why that's a thing, but never mind. Now, a lot of people say that Crash Twinsanity isn't that good, mainly because I nearly died. I was going to say, is that going to blow up? But the main reason why people say they don't really like it that much is because apparently, and I don't know why, a lot of people say this game has a ton of glitches. I don't see any glitches. Honestly, throughout my time playing this game, there were, I guess, a couple of glitches, but nothing that made it unplayable and things. And apparently you can easily break the game by exploring around, but I never found them, to be honest. I just played it normally, and I thought, what's all the fuss about? I don't really find this that bad. So I don't know why people complain about that, but still. I mean, if you want a game that has a ton of sequence breaking, the right way, that's Super Metroid, I believe. Because Super Metroid has a crap ton of sequence breaking. Never do, I might do an LP of that game one day, but I have not beat that game to 100% yet. Because it's pretty difficult. I'm trying to at the moment, though, because it's one of my favourite games ever. Super Metroid. Mainly because of sequence breaking. The sequence breaking is just fun in general and things. Anyway, I'm not really too sure. There we go, we got that last gem, and how are we good for gems? Oh, actually, we're in Jungle Bungle at the moment. So what it is actually, the layout to these levels is, you know, before I was in Insanity Island, we're now in Jungle Bungle. There's like 4 sections on each area in total, so technically there are 24 gems in each area, I believe. So just keep note of that if you're playing along with me in that. Which is, I don't know, you might be or you might not be. I mean, Crash Twinsanity isn't really the hardest game to find, as it wasn't really that popular back in the day, I don't think. Which is a shame, because this game has some really cool ideas that I'm glad I'm going to be able to show off. I mean, nowadays, I mean, from the recent retro game store that I went into, the price of the game was £5, so it's not really that rare, unlike Banjo-Tooie. Good god, Banjo-Tooie is a rare game. This guy here, I could just slide at him, but instead I like to walk, so that way he just, if he does, yep, he just moves straight into the nitro and blows himself up. I don't know, I adore that a lot. Now, here's the weird thing. Crash Twinsanity, yeah, it's a kids game of things, it's fun, but honestly this game's pretty challenging, especially getting those goddamn gems, so that's going to be fun in recording and things. But I'm up for a challenge, I don't mind that.
What have I got?
Are you? It's true. Blondes do have more fun.
Okay, I suppose that's a fact said by Cortex. Whether you'd get away with that nowadays, I don't know. But either way, oh, actually that's what we needed. Well, never mind. I thought there was a gem over there, but still. I don't get why there's falling damage on this though when he does that. That just seems utterly pointless if you ask me. Now, the story behind this, in case you're unaware, the reason why at the beginning Cortex and Uka Uka, I think it was Uka Uka, are frozen in an iceberg in the middle of an island is because it actually follows the story after the previous game, Crash Bandicoot: The Wrath of Cortex, where, you know, you fought them and that, and then he goes into an iceberg and then just gets frozen into it, and then falls down to Earth, being stuck there for quite a bit of years, to be honest. When they brought it back here, basically, you know, showing that it does kind of make some sort of sense. I mean, I like that in Crash Bandicoot games. Every one of them, you know, it made sense as to what happened in the openings. I mean, in the original Crash Bandicoot, you defeated Cortex, and, you know, he destroyed his ship and then fell down. And then in number 2, it turns out that after falling down, he fell down into a cave and found a power crystal, didn't he? So it does make some sort of sense of things. Then in 3, his ship falls down and releases an evil spirit called Uka Uka, which is actually Aku Aku spelled backwards. I never noticed that as a kid for some reason. But still. Because funny enough, playing the Crash Bandicoot games, well, for those of you who want more Crash Bandicoot action, I actually did an LP of my favourite Crash Bandicoot game, Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped. So you can look at that if you want, I suppose. But it's a bit outdated as it was last year, bloody hell. Let's go by quick. I actually played Crash Bandicoot 1 first, then 3, and then 2. I know it's a bit of a weird way to play them, but still. I did that even with the Sonic Advance series. Like, I played Sonic Advance 2 first, then 3, and then 1. I don't really play games chronologically in my childhood for some reason. Although I tend to now, because otherwise it makes no sense. I mean, I've played Oddworld Abe's Odyssey, so I might as well play Abe's Exodus at some point as well. I also like the lush environments of this. It's just the fact that there's something new all the time, plus just looking around it and that, it looks really good for PS2. Oddly enough though, this game was never released on GameCube. Don't know why. I mean, if anything, it's kind of unfair, given the fact that the previous game, Wrath of Cortex, was on the GameCube. It was on PS2, Xbox, and GameCube. But for some reason, Twinsanity was only for Xbox and PS2. Why that is, I don't know, but still.
What have I got?
I'm okay. The spikes broke my fall.
I'm pretty sure everybody likes that quote there. The spikes broke my fall. Fair enough, Cortex. I love how Cortex basically keeps his character from the previous Crash games, but just slightly looks a bit more menacing and stuff, and more goofy, if you ask me. I mean, Crash Bandicoot is funny as hell in this game, so, you know, it makes lots of sense. Also, have I died once? No, I haven't. This is new.
Hey! Yeah, you! I've been doing this for 10 stinking years! Back and forward, and I'm sick of it! Well, I'm not gonna do it no more!
This is actually a throwback to Crash Bandicoot 2, I believe. You know those skunks that moved back and forth, like he said? He's basically just saying he's tired of it. Well, if you're tired of it, I guess you have no reason to live anymore. Even though you attacked me for some reason. Crash Bandicoot is not a nice guy. Also, meet probably the funniest death to any enemy ever. Didn't even have to attack that one. All that happens is that, you know, all that happens really is just he gets crushed with logs and things, and you don't really have to do anything. So that makes sense. So what we're going to do then, shall I end this episode off here, because we're actually at 22 minutes so far. Let's just say the main videos might be 20 minutes or something like that. I don't know. Either way, this has been the first episode of Crash Twinsanity. I hope you enjoyed it, and in the next episode we're going to be fighting Cortex over there, because he's going to do a striptease for us or something. I don't know. Take care guys, I hope you've enjoyed this first episode of Crash Twinsanity for the PlayStation 2, and I'll see you in the next one. She's fun.